Hey, it's that rig guy here, and I'm here with Pete from the Tassie Salmon Oil. How's it going, Pete?
Really good, thanks, mate. Really good. Perfect day for the show.
Absolutely fantastic. I see you've got the crab oil there. Do you want to give us a bit of...
We've got two versions of this oil, and basically, to be absolutely honest, it's the same product in two different containers, and it's because some people fish and some people crab, and we've got everybody covered, but it's exactly the same product in the same container, just two different labels. Basically making sure that we've got everybody covered. So I'm holding the crab oil one, but the fishing oil one, which I'm sure we've got footage of, looks like that. Everybody who uses burley usually uses an additive in their burley, an oil. Tuna oil has probably been the most commonly used one. I think all fishers would agree they've experienced tuna oil somewhere in their past.
One thing I've found with tuna oil, if you don't get the texture right and you leave your burley sitting for a while, it actually goes off.
Yeah, indeed.
It moulds up real bad.
The point of difference with this salmon oil is that this is, it's a 100% Australian product, 100% Australian owned and packaged here in South Australia for fishing use. There's also a full range of pet products, but that's a whole other story. We're going to concentrate on the fishing products at this point. The difference between tuna oil and salmon oil, in my experience, is this. As you've already mentioned, the thing about tuna oil is that it can be quite tacky and quite sticky, and it's also quite smelly.
Yeah.
Now, an oil doesn't necessarily have to have a high odour content to be effective, because a fish's sense of smell is far heightened over ours. So the convenience with this stuff is it's by comparison relatively odourless compared to tuna oil. So if you spill this in your backpack, spill this in your boat, spill this in your car, it's not a devastation. I bought a brand new car and spilt 2 litres of brand new tuna oil in the back of my ARB carpeted drawer system before I even got to the fishing spot, and I was greeted on arrival by a car that stunk. 10 years later, I can tell you, no rust in the tray of my Triton, however, it still smells, whereas this stuff doesn't. So if you're going to make a mess with it, it's not nearly as powerful a smell. Other advantages, 100% pure. I have previously found with some tuna oils, not naming names, but they do use thinning agents in them in order to spread them out and thin them out. Sometimes that can be another fish oil like pilchard oil, other times it can be water or any other form of oils, and so you're not getting 100% pure product, whereas this in this case is 100% pure Tassie salmon.
And also I've noticed that some people get there and sell product, they call it fish oil.
Yes.
But they don't actually name what fish or what is used in that.
Indeed. And so we've got no idea of how potent it is, what concentration level you're getting, where it came from, is it imported, is it overseas, what exactly are we putting back into the ecology of the ocean or the waterway that we fish?
Which is a big thing, because we need to protect our Australian waters majorly. It's a very big environmental thing at the moment, because we get the starfish that comes through, and every now and then we get those Chinese crabs and whatever else that really make havoc on our environment.
We're taking Tasmanian salmon oil that swim the oceans and putting it back in the ocean or another waterway. I don't think you can be arguing that that's detrimental to the environment. So that's another good point of difference. Not saying that tuna oil doesn't do that, and I'm being fairly specific to not point out negative differences. Tuna oil has its place, it's a good product. The reason why I prefer this and like this is because I find you get better bang for your buck with it. The other point of difference with this product is I use this for a multitude of other things that I can't use tuna oil for. So for argument's sake, I have a small pump pack bottle of this, like a lens cleaner bottle, and I spray all my rods and reels down with this oil. Because it's not high odour, but it is a genuine fish oil, I find that it prevents corrosion on rod eyelets, on fishing reels, on the bail arm and the bail arm bearing, which always notoriously collect a lot of salt water and are always corrosive. I coat my rods and reels with this at the end of each fishing trip, and when I go to those rods, when I'm handling those rods and I'm rebaiting a hook, because I'm a bait fisherman, bit of a different argument if you're a lure fisherman. Soft plastics though, if you dip soft plastics in this, and there are additives that you can put soft plastics in, this makes an excellent oil for soft plastics as well. So it's not only bait. But let's imagine that you've cleaned your fishing gear down with Inox, RP7, WD-40, any of those chemical agents. Not bagging those products either, because they're great products. They're great products used for what they're designed for. But if you put that on your fingers via your fishing reels and your rods, and then you put that on your bait, the fish are going to smell it.
Yeah, and also that stuff also leaves a residue as well.
Absolutely. So I find that if I'm coating my rods and reels with the same product that's in my burley, then clearly I'm tainting the bait with more burley. That can't be a bad thing.
Oh, no.
I've found that my braided line on my reels, because I'm a braid fisherman, prefer it over mono, and that's a whole other argument. The thing about braid is the braid will absorb a certain amount of this oil, preserves the braid. I've never had it detrimentally affect braid. But as soon as you're putting the braid in the water, you're also getting that oil slick off that braid. These guys want to come through. So your fishing line also becomes a burley line all at the same time. So another win-win. Further points of difference, we've all seen an oil slick from the burley. Whenever you put your burley pot in the water and then you've got pilchards in it, which have got pilchard oil in it, or you're using tuna oil or the salmon oil, you'll get a visible slick on the surface. That tells you exactly where your burley stream's headed.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about this product over tuna oil, in my experience, is that this has a more visible slick for a longer duration.
Okay.
So when I put this in a sponge inside a burley pot, and that's the better way to do it, rather than mixing it in with the burley mix. I find that if you put the oil in the burley mix, as the burley is being dispersed out of the burley pot, the oil is going with that burley. Okay, that's fine because it's an attractant, but if the oil is disappearing with the burley, then there's no scent of the actual sauce at the burley pot. If I put a sponge inside the burley pot with a cap full of this product into the sponge, then the scent of the oil and the slick from the burley pot stays in the burley pot for the duration in between refreshing the burley pot. And I found that particularly
how long do you talk about refreshing, how long do you normally leave it?
When I'm on whiting, I'm going to pick on King George whiting because here in South Australia that's a target species that everybody wants to treasure. So I do quite a lot of whiting fishing, and what I've found when I'm fishing in relatively deep water, say up to 40, 50 feet, I can still get a visual slick on the surface from my burley pot on the bottom. And the duration that you've asked about, I find that I refresh my burley pot by bringing it up the surface, re-crushing everything in it, putting some fresh in it, and topping up the sponge with a few drops more of the oil, probably every 30, 45 minutes.
That's a fair...
I get at least 30 to 45 minutes because if I'm on the bite, the fish are on the bite and I'm busy catching, I do not want to be mucking around the burley pot.
No.
Right?
You don't.
When the bite slows down... When or if the bite slows down, bring the burley pot up, take a breather, refresh it, put a bit of fresh oil in it, drop it back down the bottom and wait for it to start again. And believe me, it does. We've had sessions where my mate's boat was next to ours. We're using this in our burley pot. Got the burley pot suspended at the bottom. And because of the visual slick, we can see exactly where the burley stream's going. And this is another point. Which tuna oil offers the same benefit, but just not for as long, is let's imagine that the boat's moved on the current. Let's imagine that the boat's moved on the wind from the anchor rope. So we've cast out of the back of the boat, bang onto the bite spot, pulled up our whiting, rebaited, and we want to go bang again, but the boat's moved. The burley stream hasn't moved, but the slick is now there, not straight out of the back of the boat. Where should I be putting my cast? In the burley stream. Where's the burley stream? I can see it. I'm not casting there, I'm going there because that's where the fish are. Another benefit of this. Tuna oil does also do the same thing, but just not as well. And I've found that at shallow depths, tuna oil is quite visible, but at the deeper depths, I've struggled to see it, whereas the slick from this stuff is much more visible. Even in turbulent conditions, white caps, choppy water, you can see it.
I guess tuna oil, as well being thick, you can't really put it in a sponge either because it won't absorb as well.
To be honest, and again, being fair to all products, I have used tuna oil in a sponge and found that it's successful.
Okay.
I just find this is better.
Yeah, I just thought because of being thick, it mightn't have absorbed into the sponge as well.
Yeah, it does, but also your sponge becomes pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Like,
as you're saying that.
Whereas this, I can use that same sponge out of the burley pot to wipe my fishing rods down at the end of the day. Sure, mate. I've used the same sponge out of the burley pot to clean my rods with. I wouldn't be doing that with a tuna oil sponge.
No, not at all.
So again, point of difference.
Exactly.
An excellent product, a little bit more expensive, but like most things in life, If you buy quality, it lasts you. It ends up cheaper in the long run. Well, I've got a bottle of this in my boat. I fish regularly. I've had that size in my boat for up to 2 years. I've still got that much left.
Yeah.
So I'm at about a third of a bottle a season. That's $10 a season for oil. That's cheaper than tuna oil.
So $30 for a bottle of salmon oil. You're not using as much. So at the end of the day, really, it's actually cheaper because you may go through 2, 3, 4 bottles a season if you're only using.
And as we've already covered, you've got tuna oil for one use.
Yeah.
You've got this for several uses. So you might find yourself using more, but you're doing more with it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I find just a superior product, in my opinion.
That's great. Well, Pete, thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Will do. I'm that rig guy. That's the salmon fish oil. Grab yourself some when you can. As you said, they're in all major, quite a lot of
tackle stores. But we do have an online address, which these guys will probably put up on their video for you. It's on the back of our brochures. If you want to film that, you can contact the warehouse, which is based in Salisbury in South Australia, and they will deliver, subject to the order value, free delivery. Or you can go in and see the guys at the actual warehouse and buy direct from them.
So as I was saying, I'm that rig guy. Before you get out and get amongst it, get amongst it with some salmon oil, and then get out and tight lines. Catch ya.
That covered for you.
G'day, I'm that rig guy. I'm here with Andrew from the ramp. How are you today, mate?
Good, yourself?
Not too bad. Now, for those who don't know where the ramp is, where are you located, mate?
Just in front of the boat ramp at North Haven. So yeah, where you launch your boats. So we're just directly in front of that. So yeah.
And what do you have located there?
So we sell all your fishing gear, all your tackles, so your rods, your reels, bait, and all your jigs and stuff, which are provided by yourself. We do coffee and bacon eggs there. We sell your ice, so basically everything. And if we don't have anything we don't have in the shop, and the drawers ask, we always get it in. So yeah,
which is good. And I will say the coffee is grade A coffee. When I drink coffee, and I'm down, the only place to get it. Here's another thing for you guys. Andrew is the first shop to take us on, and today is exactly 1 year since we've been with Andrew. And how have you found the products working?
Good. Well, from when it first launched, and you only had 2 or 3 packets. Then we started to grow, and now you're how many stores are you on now?
I'm currently in 3 states.
Yeah. So from nothing to 3 states within a year, I reckon it's pretty good travel. So.
Yeah, and as I said, it all started with you.
Yeah.
And once we got on board with you, it just grew.
That's it.
And so we owe a lot to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
The ramp, it's maybe a small shop, but it can provide a really good service.
Correct. Yeah, and as long as we get support from South Australia, Adelaide and all that sort of stuff, the shop will produce bigger and better things. But without the support they give us, we can't give you support, and then the shop will eventually close. So
you've had it rough in the last few years with COVID.
Yeah. So the first year we struggled. The first 6 months was the snapper ban, and then not long after that was the COVID hit us. So it's sort of, we've had our ups and downs, more downs actually than up, but we make it over the mountain. So having my dad there during the week saved me a bit, so I work another job. But we're definitely trying our hardest, and until we've got no more gas, then we'll just keep going. So.
And you got to admit, these shirts that you got absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they're the second time we've done shirts. So the first show we had about 6 sponsors. This time we've got 4, which should be on the back of it as well.
Yep.
So, it's all about you support me, I support you. Local supports us, and it's all like a triangle basically.
It is. The fishing industry should be a big family where everyone should help everybody.
That's correct. And without that support, then things are going to go to crap, and people complain why people closing down, and the answer's right in your face. So
yeah.
A
lot of people like to buy online and wait months and months and complain about their waiting months, but they can come and just grab it straight from you and go straight out.
I believe people do it online because I think they're getting a better deal, or maybe they're just a little bit more of a couch potato, order it online instead of going out. So it sort of has killed us a little bit with the online stuff, but it is what it is. COVID sort of bring that in a bit more. But now that COVID's sort of disappearing a bit, people are starting to come back in. I mean, this time last year, it wasn't packed, and today from 9:30, the car park's been completely full, so which is good. So, yeah.
Not only do you just sell the fishing gear and the salmon oil here as well, Tassie guys, which is a really good product, you've also got the Captain Salty or Salty Captain stuff
Captain Salty to wash your boat, wash your engines, the engine flush. Obviously, my burley behind you actually is now getting made with Tassie oil instead of instead of tuna oil. So it's just a lot better sustainable product. The tuna oil makes the bags inside very sticky, but by putting Tassie oil in there, it doesn't actually stick to the bag. So it's safe for us to fish with, safe for the animals as well. It's a really good product. So
well, when we spoke to Tassie Salmon Bowl before, they actually gave us a few really good tips, which are really, really good. Like you can spray your fishing rods down and that with it.
Correct. Yeah, they do a crab one, a mechanical one, fish one. They do with the pets and stuff.
Yeah.
So the tip is get a little burley bucket and put a sponge on the bottom of it. Put just a cap full of it on top. Put your burley on top, whether it's mine or someone else's that you supported, and it'll just trickle into the bottom of the water. You won't be using a lot. So it's really good.
And do you stock Savage Tackle burley pots?
I do. I've got Savage Tackle sinkers, Savage Tackle burley pots, and all that.
Now Savage Tackle is another South Australian company. They supply all level rig sinkers, and like yourself, that they're an A grade quality with their burley pots as well.
They are. Yeah, Simon does a really good job with his burley pots. You really can't compare his workmanship. He sits in his drive with his kids. And they do it together, which is fantastic. It's another local business, and plus he works a normal job as well. So we're all trying to do these things, and our normal work hours. So we're really trying our hardest. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you'll find with other rigs as well. We do the same thing. We work another job and we run that as well.
That's correct. And you still want to put 100% into your normal job plus this job.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's great to see that today seems to be fairly successful for you at the moment.
Yesterday was a bit slow, being Friday, but today, it's been really picked up. Like I said, the car park was full about 9:30 this morning. So starting to slow down a bit, being 3 o'clock, but it's been a very good day today. So
that's good, and you'll be profitable today, hopefully.
Hopefully, I don't know yet, but we'll see when I get home. See if it's worth it.
Yep. No. So for those, once again, the ramp, come and see Andrew and his dad, Cosy. Both actually great people. Remember down at the boat ramp at North Haven, drop in, say good day, have a bit of a chinwag, grab your gear that you need, your level rig stuff or your squid jags or bait. And so before you get out and get amongst it in the water, get in and get amongst it here at the ramp and tight lines. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Peter.
No problem. G'day, it's that rig guy here, and I'm here with Tim from Pacific Marine. How's it going, Tim?
Hey Pete, good to see you again.
It's always good to see you.
A while ago you got a little boat off us, which was a little flight craft, and you have a 90 horsepower motor on the back. Now, are you going to come down and get a new motor soon?
We're actually discussing that. Yep. Once we get a bit more funds, we're looking into that.
I understand. And the one you traded in, I've actually restored that now and got that ready to go back again. So it's a good little boat for someone who needs a nice little, I think it's a nest craft.
Yeah.
A nice little nest craft. We've got that back at work still.
I believe when we traded our little purple boat in, you were saying that hull was originally made here in Adelaide.
That's right. Yes. They're made by Sportscraft, and they're a very, very good little boat.
Well, we enjoyed our time in it. It's just that we had a bit of trouble with the motor.
Yep.
And when we saw that flight craft there, that upgrade, just really suited us quite well.
Yeah, the 485, 475 flight craft's good. It's got the 90 horsepower motor on it. It's a good used boat and it's great value for money.
Oh, it is. So tell us a little bit about Pacific Marine.
Okay, my dad and I started the business in 1976. That's 47 years ago. One of our first sales was a PFD or life jacket, and I made $1, which we were happy about. And I wrote it down, and since then we've been on Tapley's Road at number 172, shifted to the corner now. Pacific Marine's on the corner of Tapley's and Old Port Roads with bigger premises. We've now got 22 staff there. We sell new signature boats, bar crushers, Stedgecraft, Stessels. We do Honda outboards with a 7-year warranty. We do service and repairs to the hull and motors and trailers. We do the whole lot now.
That 7-year warranty on the motor, is that a standard from the factory or is that something you give?
Yeah, Honda, no, it's standard from the factory. Honda have got the probably one of the best warranties in the business, I believe. And the best part about it is we don't get to use it.
Yeah. So what can we find? What other items can we find? So if I want a packet of flares?
Yeah, we've got your flares, marine radios, the VHS, the safety gear. I think flares are about $80 a packet now. This is a good time to get your flares because they usually run out in November. Then in January, they're in short supply. But now's a good time to get your flares. We've got the echo sounders there. We've got some Garmins. We've also got the Fusion stereos, Simrad echo sounders, and we've got the Dundee trailers as well if you need a trailer.
So if we were to get there and come in and buy a boat, you'd stock all that into the unit for us?
Yeah, we do the packages. We do boat certifications, registrations on the boat. We do insurance with Club Marine. We try to make a one-stop shop, and we're open Saturdays till 12.
That's unusual to find a place that's open on a Saturday, and that's really makes things really convenient.
It costs a fortune, but we do it.
Well, one thing I know with the great service that we got from you, it actually extended out past the shop floor.
Yep.
When we're taking the trailer off, and our the bolt had been somehow come loose and the indicators come off the trailer. You guys come and picked it up for us and fixed that up for us free of charge.
Yeah, that's what we do. Over the last 47 years, we're trying to keep most customers happy, and we've got a lot of used bits and pieces if I can find them to keep a lot of old motors going if that's what's needed.
So those people, Tim is the manager.
Yep.
Provides great service. I've spoken to a few other staff down there. They've been really, really great as well to talk to.
Yep.
So if you want to get out and get amongst it, get in and get amongst it here with Pacific Marine. Catch up with Tim or any of the other guys there. Get yourself a bargain and get out and get amongst it on the water. I'm that rig guy. I'm with Tim. It's been great catching up with you, mate.
Thanks, Pete.
And we'll see you when we're in the boat in.
Well, they say fight lines, don't they?
Yep.
Okay, good on you.
G'day, it's that rig guy here. I just want to introduce you to the range of caps and hats from Lovell Rigs. We've got the bucket hat, we've got the beanie, we've got the caps in olive green and black. On the back, we've got a Fox 6 logo to get there and tidy it up quite nicely. So it doesn't matter if it's winter or summer, Lovell Rigs has got you covered. So just head to www.lovellrigs.com.au, pick your cap. Right now, for me, I'm going to grab olive green. Now, till next time, I'm that rig guy. Get out and get amongst it. Get yourself covered. And I'll see you on the next one. See ya. Okay, it's that rig guy here. I'm here with the guys from Fish Easy. Your product is?
It's a fish measuring tube. It's mainly for your varieties like King George whiting, flatheads,
garfish. So we're measuring the fish that are just about the legal size. Just put them in the tube, put it up like this, and you get the correct measurements. And if it's too small, put it straight off the side, and if it's big enough, chuck it straight in the S.
Well, that's pretty good because of the fact that you're not putting it on a hot brag mat.
Exactly,
So
and you're not trying to pin it down while it's flapping around, and it's a lot better for the fish as well.
And how did you guys come up with this idea?
So we used to have something similar, PVC tube, but we thought we'd come up with something. We thought it was a really good idea, but there's nothing out there similar to this with the clear tube, so we thought we'd come up with something to sell to everyone else.
Whereabouts can we purchase these products?
They're in a couple shops. There's one in Glenelg, Reel and Deal Tackle. You can get them online on our website at fishease.com.au. And over on the Yorks, I think they're in the Kabowie shop over there as well.
Okay, what we'll do is we'll actually have a link to their website in the description with this as well, with the other places we've spoken to today. So Reel and Deal, Troy, he's an absolute legend of a bloke, another local store, which is great. Yeah. He supports a lot of locals. He's got our product in there as well.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, he's right behind a lot of people who are local. It's great to see local people supporting locals.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. What other products do you do, or is it just this one here?
Just this one for now. If this one goes well, we'll think about new products in the future, but we're just sticking to the one for now, and we'll do this one well.
Right. I've noticed they've got a red cap on the end of them. Is that just a standard red cap? You only get it in red, or do you get it in other colours as well?
So it's actually a float. So if you drop it in the water, it'll float on the surface, and you can get it. Because at the start we only had the clear tube, and we dropped it in the water, and it's almost impossible to see. So we came up with that idea to stick on the end of it.
That's actually a really, really good idea. It shows innovation at its best.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is Fishies. Link will be in the bio. You'd be crazy not to have one of these. So before you get out and get amongst it on the water, get out and get amongst it and grab one of these. As I said, I'm that rig guy. This is Fishies. Take care.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Just